Good evening, everybody. Good evening, everybody. Put in the chat where you're watching from. It is Tuesday evening, and it's 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And that, for the last 4.5 years, has been Money Coach time. Well, we changed time somewhere in between there. We went from Thursdays to Tuesdays, but y'all know what I'm saying. So put in the chat where you're watching from. Excited, just kind of unbelievable, you guys, that we are now, can you believe it, we are in December. We're in December. The year has gone by so fast. I hope that you've had an awesome and grand year as I have, and I'm excited about our guest tonight. um, and I can't wait to kind of reveal their little treehouse. Right, it's called a mirrored treehouse. Kind of nice, y'all. If my wife is not watching tonight, don't tell her. But I think that might be a little surprise getaway for her. So ain't nobody put in the chat yet. Where y'all watching from tonight? Where's everybody at? Let me see who's out there. Put in the chat. We're looking for you. We're looking for you. I'm excited about my schedule coming up, you guys. Hey, let me tell you something about Thanksgiving. I think this is the first show we had since Thanksgiving. My Thanksgiving was so nice. There's Alice. My Thanksgiving was so nice. It was here at the house. It was just Elisa, myself, Christopher, Adrian, and the boys. We didn't travel. No one really traveled to us, and it was just kind of chill, and I really liked it. It was great, especially since I've been doing so much traveling due to family and those type of things. So it was pretty awesome, and so I hope that you all had a happy and awesome Thanksgiving. Of course, we now in the Advent season. We're in that season approaching Christmas, where we will celebrate the birth of our Lord and Savior. So I'm excited about that as well. And so I am going to, without any hesitation, bring on my co host tonight. And that is the one that you guys know so well. She's been here for 3.5 years. And that is Mrs. Michelle Mitchell.
Hey,
Hey,
Tim.
Michelle, how you
Hey,
doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
Good.
Catching up on my rest, girl. Catching up on my rest.
Yes.
I mean, it was just so much going on the weekend. The Lions, the
Oh,
Michigan,
yeah.
the
Yeah.
football, and so it was a great time. I ate so much turkey and food and all that good stuff. How was your Thanksgiving?
My Thanksgiving was great. Like, the family was over. My mother-in-law was here. Like, we had a good time. We went to
It's
see
gonna rain.
Wicked, which was amazing.
We went and saw Wicked too.
Yes.
So Wicked was, I honestly, I was going to Wicked, but whatever,
Yeah.
Wicked. But it was really a great movie.
Yeah.
And I was reading today that it is the
Thank you.
it look at that. There you go, Alex. It was the highest grossing um New York stage play adaptation to the big
Oh,
screen.
wow.
So ever.
Nice.
So it did really well at the box office,
Yeah.
and so it was amazing.
I
Yeah,
could tell we tried to go twice, and we ended up having to get our tickets in advance.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
we actually couldn't find any times here in
Mhm.
Charlotte that we
Yeah.
wanted to go, where there was two seats by each other, right?
Right.
So
Yeah.
we ended up going down to Rock Hill and seeing it, and
Okay.
the movie theater was just packed with
Yeah.
people. We went, I guess, on Friday, our
Mhm.
normal date night. So the Friday after Thanksgiving, and it was packed. But it really was a great movie.
It
Had a little
was.
attitude at first, I have to admit. I had like, okay, so why do the good Glenda witch got to be blonde? I'm like, sure. And then
Mm,
the Wicked Witch had to be black. I mean, well, she was
right.
green, but we know, right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So I had a little attitude with that at first, but I
Yeah.
got over it as the
You
most
got over it. Yeah.
because
It was she was phenomenal.
she
Like,
was phenomenal.
she
Yeah,
really was. Yeah.
yeah, very very good. Well done.
Yeah.
So, Michelle, here we are. This is December 3rd.
Yep.
So, December 3rd, 2024.
Yep.
Right. So, that I have an announcement to make to our audience if you're listening. And the announcement is that next week will be our last show. Next week will be our last show
Yes.
in this spot on Tuesday at 8 p.m. We've
Yes.
been doing this for ever since April 4th of 2020. So
Yep.
it's been well over 4 years. Michelle joined as Michelle was our
Oh.
I was our second guest, right?
Yes.
And then she came back and she was our third guest. And then eventually she became the co-host. And
Yes.
really, I think that we've had a great run. We've had
Oh,
some
absolutely.
phenomenal guests come on the show. We've covered some phenomenal topics. But I feel like it's just time to do something new. And so
Yep.
the plan, you all, is that we're going to take certainly a hiatus from doing the show for the rest of December, because the last few weeks in December are holidays.
Yeah.
And then next year in 2025, we're going to take at least the first quarter off, and then we'll see, maybe come back with something refreshed, renewed, the first
You
of
know,
April.
I really think that innovation is important
Yeah.
because the reason why you started the show,
Mhm.
those circumstances have changed. You know,
We
things have
might be getting back to those
we
circumstances.
might be getting back to those circumstances, but hey,
Right.
whatever.
But
Also, like, the perspective has also changed, and we need to be fresh and innovative.
yep.
So,
Well,
stepping back to think about that is important.
yeah. Well, and as you say that, Michelle, one of the things is when we first started the show, it was to be there as an educational piece, right?
Mhm.
So it was to be there educational because at that time, April of 2020,
Yeah.
the stock market was plummeting and all
Yeah.
these things were going on. And we said, hey, let's have a show that we can educate everyone at one time
Right.
about that their money's protected. They're not going to lose
Mhm.
any money due to the stock market and that type of thing.
Mhm.
And so it was meant to be that, and it was meant to be education. But I think as time has went along, we've gotten away from some of that,
Yes.
but we brought great content of
Yes, we
different
have.
things,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
It's just, if y'all, yeah, if y'all want to continue to watch the show, just go to YouTube page and go to
Yes.
live, right? And
And
all of
binge.
that is there.
Yeah.
Every show that we did for 4 years is on YouTube,
Yeah.
right? And so, what I would do is continue to put content on social media through the YouTube channel, these type of things of snippets of different shows that we've done over the years. And
Mhm.
Michelle, you've been rocking with me for 3.5 of those years,
I
right?
know.
And it's been great. I've enjoyed it. I think that we work really good together,
We do.
and I think it's been a wonderful run, and
Yeah.
just try something new.
Mhm.
I have my eye on doing more local TV things as well.
Oh,
So,
okay.
we'll just see where it all goes. And
Yeah.
so, but we'll just step back, take some time to reevaluate and plan. And when you think about this, when you think about even your favorite sitcom, right?
Mhm.
They have a season off.
They do.
They do, right? So you'd be
Yeah.
like, they have a season and they'll have 8 episodes, nine
Yeah.
episodes, or whatever that is, and then they'll take it off,
They
and then they'll
take a
come back
break.
to season two. And
Yeah.
so all we're saying is that we've gone 4 seasons with no break.
No, because seasons are shorter than 52 weeks. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
52 weeks.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But it's been really fun just to see our regular people come in, and then as
Mhm.
we go places, people recognize us from the show. And so
Yeah,
there's a lot of people that watch that we don't necessarily see in the chat
that's true.
on Tuesday, but I'm excited and I'm proud of the content that we put out. So
Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
so I think it's been awesome. So
it has. It has.
this may be not a fair question. Maybe we have to think about it. But I'd be wondering if you look back or thought back through the shows, maybe your top three.
Mm.
Wouldn't
Yeah,
that
that's not a
be-
fair question.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think the book launch was definitely one of
Oh,
my
if you count that as part of the show,
yeah,
hands
yeah,
down,
the
hands
book
down,
launch.
the
Yeah.
book launch. Yeah.
Mhm.
Um, and there was so many great people that
So
were
many.
involved in that,
Mhm.
and the outpouring of love. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness, it was. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I can rock with that as number
Okay,
one.
okay,
I
yeah.
can rock with that as number
Yeah.
one. So, and as we were talking backstage, it's like that 5 year mark will be April, which is Financial
Mhm.
Literacy Month.
Yeah.
And so maybe what happens is that we, instead of doing the weekly show, we just have a financial literacy conference even once a year or
Mhm.
something like that. We don't know. We'll see where God takes it as
Right.
we are. I mean, because we do know this. We do know we'd have, if we were to put together a conference and we just look back through our guests that we've had over the years,
Thank you.
we it wouldn't be even enough time
It
to have
wouldn't.
all of them come and say a sentence, right?
Yes.
And so
Exactly.
maybe that's what happens. Maybe that's the next thing that happens is
Yeah.
it becomes a conference, and we
I
do
say
it.
we gotta talk about it, but we could do that.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
could do that.
So I think that would be a great way, and then that would also we could also stream it live for those who are
Mhm.
not local, or maybe we just have the TRMC reunion, right? There we
That's
go, the
right.
reunion, the
Yeah.
reunion. So all the guests who've ever been on,
Yeah.
everybody come for this big reunion. So we'll see
Yeah.
what happens, but I do want to just say to Alice Martin, who's in the chat, and others who may be watching that have been a part of the show, just thank you for your commitment,
Yeah.
being here. I,
Every
I
single
bet
week.
you, I bet you, I don't think Alice Martin has missed very many shows.
I know.
No,
I've probably missed more shows than Ellis. 'Cause I take vacation, so
so so thank you for being here, and then people that watch, like I said, like my mother-in-law
Timothy
is
Day.
Timothy
Yeah.
Day has
Yeah.
been a guest. So it's been great.
Mhm.
So looking forward to what we say the next chapter.
Yeah.
Next chapter.
The
And
next
Michelle, so speaking of that, you're launching or have launched your YouTube channel. Tell
Yes.
us a little bit about that, how people can tap into your YouTube channel that you're doing.
Yeah, so I have launched the YouTube channel. Um, I'm being challenged now, like creating these videos every week. But the YouTube channel is full of educational value for business owners. Um, it is under my personal name, Michelle Mitchell, because there will be something coming out in 2025 that's Michelle Mitchell.
Hmm.
See, you didn't know about
Stay
that.
tuned. Stay
Stay
tuned,
tuned.
everybody. Stay tuned.
Something about, it'll be my personal brand,
Mhm.
which I give you a couple little hints. It's probably going to be around something called the Red Wallet Lounge. And the red wallet is significant for me because when I was a child, um, my brothers and sisters, my parents would give us money, and my brothers and sisters, they would spend theirs immediately.
Mhm.
And I wouldn't do that. And I had this red wallet that I had, and I would keep my money in it as a child, like 7, 8 years old. I had this little plastic red wallet, and it has signified my ability to be disciplined with money throughout my lifetime.
I
So
like that.
yes, and one day my sister asked me a question. She was like, how many red wallets have you had? Because I was complaining that I had so many red wallets, and that I had to buy a different color wallet because I always bought red. So um, stay tuned, stay
I
tuned,
like
because
that. And Dr. Roland Hill, thank you for your comments there, sir.
yeah,
We do appreciate that. See, that's what I'm talking about. People watching, we
I
don't
know
even
people
know,
watching.
right?
We don't know. Yeah,
And he said something there too, is that one thing that's not going to go away is our voice, right?
that's true.
In this
Yes,
area of financial literacy, in the
yes.
area of business financial literacy, personal
Hmm.
financial literacy, voices is not going away. It's just going to be delivered in a different way.
Different way. Yes.
And and one of the things that we do know about this digital age that we live in is that when you have it on YouTube and you have it on these different platforms, people can go and watch it when they want to, right?
Yes.
And
True.
sometimes we get locked in. It's like, oh, I gotta. It only comes on a Tuesday
Th-
at
Right.
8 p.m. Where
Yeah,
in reality, you can watch this thing at midnight if you want, right?
you can. Mhm.
Any night of the week. And so I think that's great. But I love that concept, Michelle,
Mhm.
of the Red Wallet Lounge. And
Yes,
I'm glad you shared that story. That is significant. I
it
love
is.
that.
And
Yeah.
it's been a significant part of my life, and I wasn't even aware of it until one day my sister asked me the question. She was like, "Girl, you've been carrying a red wallet your whole life."
So
And
you continue to carry a red wallet.
yes, I mean, I made a conscious decision probably about 5 years ago to get a different color wallet because I always chose red. I always chose red.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's good.
So
That's
so
good.
the personal brand will be, surrounded by financial literacy, but also leadership, also
Hmm.
goal setting, like things that I love to do that's not strictly financial,
Right.
and maybe
Right.
some personal stuff about, I've been married for 32 years. Like that's significant.
That's significant. That's
Yeah.
significant. I
So
mean,
it
who
all
knows?
yeah,
Who knows? Maybe we come back with a couples show with with
maybe.
with you and Tony and me and Elisa
I
and
don't know if Elisa will do it, but
Well, and we can call it I don't know what we call it, Club 32, right?
I
So
know,
32
right?
years of marriage, right? And we can sit around and have a conversation about
Right.
marriage and about relationships and all those things with it.
Yeah.
So who knows? I mean, like I said, I'm open to hear from God in terms of what He wants to do, but I'm
Mhm.
pretty clear that it's time just to regenerate and
Yeah.
renew and that type of thing. And so, it's Lisa asked me, "Will I miss doing the show?" Right,
Mhm.
and I said, "I." I will because we get the chance to meet some really great
Right.
guests. I
We do.
mean, and whenever you meet new people, I mean, I think that's pretty awesome. So I will miss that component of it, and
Mhm.
knowing that we have great um, guests out there as well, and viewers and that type of thing.
Mhm.
So I'll miss that component of it, but I'm
Mhm.
looking forward to the next
Oh,
level. I'm
yes.
looking forward to the
Next
next level.
level. Exactly.
Next level.
Yes. Yes,
And
because this was
so,
one platform, and, I think we found our voice, we found
mhm.
our legs, like,
Mm,
we set the foundation for whatever the next thing may be.
whatever
That's
that
gonna
next
be
thing may be. Right.
bigger and better than what it is right now.
Yeah. Just different. It just
Just
might be
different.
different.
Yeah.
Just different.
Mhm.
So,
Just different.
so I'm looking forward to it. So
Me too.
I know our guest was they were ending a meeting, so we're anticipating that they'll be arriving here shortly. But I did want to make that announcement, let you all know, and then we may even show some replays from now and then. So if you see you pop up on your feed,
Alright.
you might be playing a old show or something if something comes along. And so we do want to just, invite you if you have anything you'd like to share about the show, just feel free to go to our private Facebook group, the Real Money Coach community, or you can send an email to info@therealmoneycoach if there's anything you want to share for next week. Next week, I think that we probably will not have a guest. We'll just kind of, maybe Alice Martin should be our guest next week.
Maybe
we get Alice Martin to get on here next week, right? Yeah. Maybe we get some of our
loyal followers.
Yeah, Alice Martin, Ruth Bell, and Dr. Anita Harris.
Yeah.
Some of these folks. Maybe we'll figure out a way that we can convince them to come in and pop in and say something.
Maybe they'll come on stage.
Yeah, come on stage and out of the chat, right?
Yeah, out of the chat.
I think that would be pretty cool. So listen, let's take a quick break. And then as we take a quick break, we're going to come back with our guest tonight, Kyle and man, I don't want to say her name wrong, but I will get it right. So we want to come back with Kyle and the Honey Hills retreat. So we'll take a quick break and then we'll come back with our guest.
Take control of your finances today with the Real Money Coach. Our free financial wellness checkup offers personalized insights and strategies to secure your financial future. Don't miss out on the clarity and confidence you deserve. Visit www.therealmoneycoach.com now. That's www.therealmoneycoach.com right now to start your journey towards financial freedom. Your future self will thank you.
Do you have passion for your business but feel like your finances are falling short? Running a business takes more than a great idea. It takes a solid financial plan. Mitchell Consulting can help you turn your passion into profit with their financial advisory services. Get the financial guidance your business needs. Contact Mitchell Consulting to learn more about their passion to profit capabilities.
All right, Michelle, for those who may be listening by podcast, how do they get to Mitchell Consulting?
You can go to mitchellconsultingservice.com.
All right. And as you all know, you can go to therealmoneycoach.com where you will find all of my contact information, and you can also schedule an appointment to speak with me. Now, I'm really excited about this because this is what happened is Ivan Thomas. Ivan Thomas is just a big supporter of the show. Ivan Thomas, great guy, right?
Yeah.
And I saw Ivan and his wife had this little getaway. And I was like, man, that looks pretty cool. I'm like, where's that? And then, so he scheduled for us tonight, the owners of that getaway. And their names is Kirk and Genee Harvey. Kirk is a builder, developer. Genee is a interior designer, and they got married, joined forces, and they have created a dynamic business, and they're owners of Honey Hills Retreat. It is the first luxury mirrored treehouse, Michelle, a treehouse. And hopefully we'll get the website up and be able
I'm looking at it. I'm like,
that's stunning, isn't it?
Yes.
We have the owners and the developers and the designers of that wonderful thing, wonderful place. And so without any further ado, let's bring Kirk and Genee onto the screen with us.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Hello, how y'all doing?
Doing all right, man. How you guys doing?
We're doing well, man. I'm really interested to hear more about your story. I mean, builders, developers, interior designers. I mean, it sounds like you got it all in house, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Something like that.
There's a plan to keep it all in house, keep it in the family.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about yourselves, a little bit about your background and all that kind of good stuff.
So my name is Genee, as you have already stated. I have a background in interior design, also in event design, and I'm also a realtor. So it kind of goes hand in hand with what my husband does because he is a visionary and he will dream about something and say, hey, I want to build this or I want to create this. And so we will brainstorm on how to create whatever he's dreamed about. And then I just go in and add my little ingredients and then we have like the perfect thing that we create.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Nice.
What would you add to that, Kirk?
What I add, yeah, pretty. I'm a big dreamer, big visionary. I'm just blessed to have a wife that can, add to that and support me in all my wild and crazy dreams at the time. Bring them to full force and something that we can actually put on earth for other people to enjoy. I'm an investor overall, and part investor is land development, building, in the real estate business that I do, amongst other things. But since we're speaking of Honey Hills tonight, that was the builder side of me.
So tell us. I want to know a little bit. How did you come up with that concept? And tell us about the mirror. I mean, it just seems it's intriguing to me, right? A mirrored treehouse. And when I look at the pictures, and I looked at the pictures that Ivan posted on Instagram, I'm like, man, that's pretty sweet.
So that vision started. What you've seen, the end result, it changed at least 7, 8 times in the middle from the beginning of the journey, beginning of the dream. As an investor, originally we wanted to invest in Florida, Miami, in the vacation rental market because Florida, Miami, to us had one of the greatest vacation rental markets. Got sidetracked a little bit, started doing new construction development, and I'm like, instead of going to buy at market price, because once I became a builder. Once you know, you can't unknow. So.
I like that.
I love that. Right? Once you know, you can't unknow.
Yeah.
You can't unknow what you see. You can't unsee it.
Right.
So, it didn't make sense to go and just buy in the market. It made sense to build something. So, we bought this property in North Georgia, and originally we were going to move there like a little home away from the city life. For our son, and for us, just to get out the hustle and bustle of the city. Then it turned into, let's just build a vacation home here. The treehouse originally wasn't going to be mirror glass. It was just going to be a house that I wanted to build in the trees. Because we lived in California for 4 years, and we went to Oregon. And Oregon has these big, gigantic trees that, you could put a house in. But, down here in Georgia, they wouldn't really go for the treehouse thing. So we had to do a lot of designing and a lot of talking to the city and zoning and planning. It started off as a regular treehouse at first, just a house in the trees. And then we were like, you know what, let's do something where it's different. Mm-hmm. Because, since we were kids, we go to the cabins, every cabin, the log cabin with the bear pictures and, the traditional cabin feel. We wanted to bring something new, something fun, something modern, something exciting, something that was different from what we've been doing for the last 30, 40 years going into cabin country. We wanted to create an experience where, people would just can get away. It's on 14 acres, so you're there by yourself. It's quiet, no noise. You can relax. The mirror, I think it came in when we were like, okay, so we're going to do something different, something modern.
Yeah.
We're just brainstorming like, man.
When they told us that we could not utilize
the trees
to uphold the house, to like be a part of the house, we were like, okay, how can we still create a tree house?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so the concept came from, okay, it reflects all of the trees. So when you pull up, you see nothing but trees. And when you're inside, all you see are the trees.
Yes.
And we actually took trees that we had to take down off of the property. And so when you go inside of the home, we have barn
kitchen
doors,
countertops,
the headboard to the bed are made out of trees from the property.
Okay.
Wow, nice.
But something modern was like building. We wanted the modern twist was like, let's build something that you would see it downtown, but in the middle of the woods.
Yes, we
So
wanted.
let's
we
build
didn't
a
want to
mini
give up
high rise. Yeah,
luxury.
let's build a mini high rise. And then the glass came into the picture when we got our glass samples. They gave us like 6 or 7 glass samples. One of them were like bluish, one of them was like green, one of them was like gray. And then when we looked at the mirror, we were like, "Oh, this would be cool," because it would give like an invisible effect in the woods because it's reflecting everything around it. So then that turned into the mirror glass treehouse that you see today.
Wow. So how many square foot is the house?
So the house is only 1,000 square foot.
Okay.
We wanted to do something private. We were pitching the couples. We wanted to build a couples retreat. We're newly married. We've only been married for 2 years. February will be our 3rd year. And
You're right.
Look, you had to check in.
Let me give you a hint.
so we wanted to, as newlyweds, we wanted to create an environment for couples to get away from the work life, the kid life, everything that pulls couples away, just to give them a space to reconnect and just vibe again, talk again, have conversation. When you put yourself in an environment where there's no noise, you forget how much, it does good. Like, you better think clearer, you're able to think, you're able to just move on your own time and stuff like that. So we just want to do something for the couples to reconnect and vibe. Because, when you get married or any relationship, over longevity of time, there's a lot of things that you lose. And we want to give something a gain. When you come here and stay with us, we want you to gain a reconnection. Being able to talk to your partner, have a conversation. We have games in the house that you play with your partner that entices getting closer with one another. You know what I mean? Like quizzes and games and questions. And it's sexy. It gives the vibe where you want to be sexy again. You might have lost that in the house with your kids running around. We got the sauna, we got the hot tub, the outdoor shower, and the glass, and the layout is just super, super grown up and sexy. We just want to bring that for everybody to enjoy.
So the design is for like one couple at a time, is what I'm assuming.
Yes.
Yeah. And so that is pretty cool. Any guests, notable guests that have stayed there so far? Because I'm like, man, this ought to be like a home and garden TV.
Yeah.
We've had rappers and singers and some athletes reach out, or their agents. So we don't know if they check in. We know their agents reach out, and and although we do have like security cameras on the premises, we don't check them unless we need to, unless there's like damage or something happened and we need to. So we actually wouldn't know who is there or not unless we just had to check cameras for some reason.
Gotcha.
So I would say if they came, but we don't know for sure.
Yeah.
We just agents call.
I've just talked to a lot of agents and a lot of assistants to some celebrities, but not directly in contact with the celebrities.
Yeah.
So as far as where it's located, it's like northern Georgia. Like what would be a recognizable community or town?
So we're 25 minutes past Gainesville, and we're 20 minutes from Helen.
Okay.
If anybody's in Georgia familiar with Helen is like cabin country, getaway country. It's a cute little city that they have in North Georgia where they have a lot of rides and attractions and stuff like that.
Okay.
So we kind of strategically planted it on the way there.
Okay.
We're trying to catch that traffic that's already headed there for the weekends and stuff, already doing cabin rentals.
Yeah, I've been to Gainesville a couple of times, but
so we're about
like
20 minutes north of Gainesville.
Yeah. Okay, so it's a little bit before you get to the
side.
I like that, man, because that's closer to Charlotte. You have to get in Atlanta traffic to go there.
Right.
So it's close enough, but yet far enough for
so you feel like you're getting a getaway.
It's a nice little getaway drive. From Charlotte,
Because we're like literally 7 minutes from the highway, the main highway, but we're off a dirt road. So as soon as you hit the dirt road, you start feeling like, okay, this is ducked off. You know what I mean? The trees, the gravel road, and we have the last property on that road, which that ends to a river that we have on our property. So you also get to enjoy the water.
Yeah, I saw that. You got the water on the property.
Yeah, because as a Pisces, man, water is just the ultimate peace for me.
Mhm.
Sharing that, just hearing the water. I think it's Zen's for everybody. Just hearing the water flowing and trickling and seeing it just relaxes everybody, I feel like.
Yeah, and there's a hot tub and a sauna,
And the sauna and the outdoor shop.
fire
Sauna
pit.
Sauna is my favorite.
They done built like the JW room up in the woods.
Exactly.
For sure, but that's the vibe we're going for, though. It's
Yeah.
new, it's exciting, it's modern, it's crazy, and it's bigger than I thought it was. I thought my dreams were big, and they are big, but the feedback we get on it just makes me realize how great it really turned out. Everybody who stayed there so far, they're very appreciative. They love it. They say they're gonna come back. They love how quiet it is, but it has all the amenities. Some people just staying the whole time and cook
Yeah.
Mhm.
and just
Some
enjoy
people
each
don't
other.
leave. They don't go explore.
Yeah, some people go out and explore, go to the wineries that's local to us, go to the farms that's around, and they have a great time.
Okay.
Have you thought about building another one?
Yeah, man, we're in the process of doing Treehouse number 2 right now. I have a road going there right now, and this Wednesday we have our last meeting with our architect that we use to finalize the plans for the treehouse. And my plan is to pull permits in January and get it rolling. I was gonna wait a year, but we decided to go ahead and just, use.
So
the
how
momentum.
long has this location, this treehouse number 1, how long has that been open for guests and
I
that type of
launched
thing?
it. I launched it on my birthday, March 17th this year.
Yep.
March 17th. Okay.
I launched it on my
I
birthday.
love people who launch stuff on their birthday.
Oh, right.
I say that because I launched my book on my birthday. That's why.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
I mean, because it's like it was right around that time. I'm like, you know what? I want the anniversary to be my birthday. So it's like,
Right.
it coincides. Like, oh, it's Honey Hill's anniversary, but it's my birthday. Like,
Right.
it was a cool thing. It was a great feeling to be done with it and to get it up and going. It was a
sure.
process. It was a process. It was my first commercial style build. I build houses for a living, but we use wood and we use stick builds. This was all steel, all windows, all metal stud framing. It's literally a commercial project in the middle of the woods. Literally like a high rise you would see downtown.
Yeah.
It's in the middle of the woods.
The little penthouse.
Yeah.
I love it.
Very nice.
I'm gonna get the booking link. Let me tell you something.
Yes.
The booking
Tony,
link. So-
put the link in the chat so people can see.
yeah. Let's put the link. I'm gonna
Yeah.
get the link in the chat. And one of the things I wanted to ask you about is, the other things that you're doing in terms of with, the other parts of your business. I know this was one project, but I know that you are a builder and you've doing some other things. Anything else? Any of your other business enterprises or anything you'd like to share about, or what you got going on now?
Finishing up a subdivision I've been building. I've been in for the last 2 years. It's a 27 track subdivision. I'm knocking that out. Right now, this last year, I've been primarily focused on investing out of the country. I have some investments going on primarily. My main focus right now, I'm investing in Costa Rica. I've been buying land down there, building a small boutique hotel on the beach down there. I'm retiring my parents in December, so I started building their house down there in January, as a matter of fact.
Wow.
It's just,
You'd have made your mama proud.
Right.
Every
Yeah, I
time
hope so. I hope so.
I gotta rewind that and play that for my kids. This man is following his parents, right? I love what Ivan asked here about the challenges or obstacles and doing this in rural Georgia.
Definitely some resistance for sure.
For sure.
But I feel like my entire life, being the visionary and the dreamer I am, I've always been met with resistance because a lot of times people don't understand your dream until it's done. And a lot of times when people don't understand it, they can't see it, they tend to give that resistance. But then when it's done, they're like, oh my gosh,
Right.
wow.
Right.
So, we did have a little resistance with, some county officials and some neighbors, but we were able to work that out. And long story short, by the end of the build, commissioners in the city were just like, wow. And now they're like, now they're calling my wife and I into meetings because they want us to help them develop the county. And, so sometimes you just have to be strong enough when you have that mind to ignore that and just know what comes with it. And just, stay your ground, stay your course. What you believe in, don't let anything deter you or shake you. stand firm and do what you want to do and do what you set out to do. And people will, they at the end of the day, when the dream comes through, they will respect it and they will follow. So, but I feel like being a builder, dealing with neighbors is a normal thing.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah,
feel
you're
like
used to that. Probably you see that a lot.
you're
Yeah.
used to neighbors coming to the meetings. Oh, we don't want you to build.
Mhm.
Like, somebody just like me had to fight to build your house. So why you don't want nobody else to move?
Right.
Right next
Why you don't
door.
want nobody else to move over here?
Right.
So that's kind of normal dealing with the neighbors. My first subdivision I built in Atlanta. Well, my second subdivision I got approved for in DeKalb County was a 22 home single family subdivision. They actually wanted to.
They took a field
They
trip.
took a field trip down
To our-
to
They did.
Atlanta to the other subdivision. Like, oh, we want to see the house you're building. We want to see your product, and this and this and that. And my souvenir was like, this has never happened before. I'm like, wow, this is crazy that they actually want to see something or just for me to get approved to do it. But it turned out great, man. It was a great experience for the neighbors and I.
Mhm.
Because when
So
they
how much
finally
land does the house sit on?
the treehouse is on 14 acres.
14 acres.
You said 14?
Yeah, 14
14 acres.
That's nice.
So you're out there with quiet and your partner, peace and quiet and
Mhm.
tranquility of just you and your partner. And we are building other ones, but each one of them are going to be on their own, like 45 acres. We don't want to do retreats where how you go to retreat sometimes and it's like right next door to the
Right.
other one, and you can see.
We
and
want
hear
you to
everybody.
have privacy.
We believe in we're private people.
I believe in
and
having
we believe
your
in privacy, so
Cool.
So we can maximize it and put 13 of them on there and
Right.
make a lot of money. But no, we're not. We're only going to do like 3 to 4 each of them on 3-4 acres, and it's private. Nobody will see each other. Nobody will hear each other. Get to enjoy that quiet time, which is important in these days because there's just so much noise always surrounding us.
Mhm.
Always knew. So I want to talk to the interior designer, right? I want to talk to the interior designer. I want to know you talk about him being a visionary. I look at this and that took quite some vision
Yeah.
to create that masterpiece. So tell us a little bit about your process.
My process, I call myself the theme queen. It's something that I call myself in like my event design company as well. So when I have a theme, or we decided we were going to call it Honey Hills because that's the name of the road. And so I was like, well, I'm going to incorporate that in the design.
Yeah.
And it basically just took off from there. And I just knew that I needed to incorporate all of the honeycomb into the design. So when you go through the home, one of my favorite features is the shower floor. It is honeycomb in there. There is
honey colored.
Yeah, and it's honey colored. And then there's a feature wall behind the bed that is honeycomb as well. We have an abstract feature wall in the living area by the TV, and those have honeycombs. And then all of the light fixtures symbolize. So above the tub, you'll see one of the bulbs is actually like a beehive, one of the Edison bulbs. And
one of the fixtures over the dining room table.
Yep, it's like a swarming bees. And then all of the, what was it?
You just wanted to get away from the
plates.
bears.
Yeah, we wanted to. He was like, he hates bears. And there are no, and disclaimer, there are no bears. We're not in bear country.
No bears.
We're not in bear country.
We wanted to give you something different, like not the all the cabins got bear pictures, bear comforters, bear
Yeah.
We just wanted to do something different.
And I love the green, so I wanted to pull the green in from the exterior with the trees and everything, just to bring it inside, because I want you to feel like you're outside, although you are inside.
Yeah.
So
the house is wrapped in glass, so you're literally outside, inside. Like even when you're inside, you're outside. Because all the trees are right there close. You can see the river down there. So we just really brought the inside. She did a great job pulling that off.
It's beautiful.
Because a lot of things, sometimes when people don't see my vision, it's like okay, but sometimes I don't see hers. But I've learned to trust her.
I can go to say
That's
that
important.
partially
Yeah.
did not see. I was like, look,
Babe,
this
trust
has
me.
to happen. Just trust me. Well,
Yeah,
after
you know.
you see it, you're gonna be like, wow.
And people will write about these specific things in our journal. We keep a journal for our guests to fill out where they're from and share their experience they had with us. And a lot of things that I fought around or didn't agree with, people will write about these specific things. Like, babe, I told you. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay.
It's all about the details.
It
I
is.
feel like I'm a very detail oriented person. I pay attention to details. So I wanted people to come in there, and it's not going to be overkill, but it's subtle moments
Yeah.
of
Mhm.
you're going to catch the honeycomb. And if you know, that resonates with you, you can be like, okay, that's honeycomb. Okay, I see what she
Right with
did over
that.
here. I see
Yeah.
what she did over there.
Mhm.
So even like with the glasses, I ordered like some special glasses. They all have a honeycomb
Our
print and
plates,
plates.
and honeycomb.
So
Yeah.
it's very well, I would say, thought out but subtle. It's not overkill.
A lot of people who stay there that are detailed people, they're like, well, you out detailed us. Like, that's
I did. I had an interior designer call me, and she was like, "I'm coming to stay because I need to see this in person."
Got it.
And so
Got it.
she was
Nice.
so grateful for the design. So that really makes me happy when I do read those reviews and people give their feedback.
Well, I know this. I know we put up your website and all that for the property, but any other contact information? How to
our
people
Instagram
find you?
handle is Honey Hills Retreat on Instagram.
Okay.
And they can have
TikTok. I don't know.
Yeah, there's TikTok. We do
We have a
have
TikTok
TikTok.
page. We have a Facebook page. We have
And I can give
Snap
out
it.
my contact number because I talk to
yeah.
people call and ask me questions
We
all
deal with
the
everybody
time, and I
personally.
talk to them.
Everybody that calls the book talks to Genee. We deal with them personally.
Okay.
We've had a couple people that want to stay. They want to meet us. So like we'll do dinner. We're very personable with the people who choose and come and stay at this resort. When they choose and come, if they have like some people who celebrate anniversaries, we stood outside one time 3 hours in the cold.
For proposal.
Just to hit that marry me sign on. We go the extra mile for our customers.
Wow.
If needed, when needed. But yeah, everybody talks to Genee when booking, so we're hands on with it.
Could I just chat? If I
Yep.
type it in the chat, will it show up?
Yep.
Okay.
And if you put it in that private chat, we'll put it on the screen too.
Okay.
Is that the number that I called you on?
Yes.
No.
Oh, no.
No. That's not.
No. Don't put that.
Not that one, Tony.
It is so I can tell you
See,
it's
the number
4.
that you got, she's gonna choose to pick up. You call the other number, she's gonna pick up.
All right, what you got?
It's 470
Uh-huh.
717 9737. And that is a direct contact to me.
All right, Dante, I'll put that in the private chat if you want to throw that. Love it. Thank you so much. Well, I appreciate y'all taking the time. I know we had a little bit of our schedule was a little bit off, but thank you guys for taking time. I see that you probably in the restaurant or
no, we're still here. And we're like, please, I know you're closed, but we got to get on this.
Yes. We're actually at a
we-
restaurant that we recommend that everyone comes to when they visit Honey Hills. So the
Nice.
name of it
And we also had dinner with Ivan and his wife here too, also, when they came to stay with us.
So what's the name of the restaurant?
It's Community Brew and Tap.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're in North Georgia, hands down, this is the best steak.
5-star.
5
Drinks,
stars.
customer service, steaks. Oh my gosh, it's the best in North Georgia.
Wow.
All right.
One area, come check it out.
You all gonna have to remind me what the name of it is.
It's how you come to Gainesville, take that little extra 20-minute ride up the street.
Yes, it's totally worth it. Totally worth it.
Got it.
And tell them you came and you're here with Honey Hills to give you a little treat.
All right.
Nice.
I'm gonna let them know. I'm gonna let them know because I want my little treat. I want my little extra treat, Michelle.
Right.
Well, listen to everybody. Thank you for joining us tonight. We're going to see you next week, same time, same place. Looking forward to sharing with you as we close out the year. Thank you again for taking the time to be with us. And any last thoughts, Michelle?
Thank you guys for coming. This is absolutely beautiful.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
Thank you.
The vision is spectacular. Like
It is.
I'm in Michigan, so You know,
You
come
want to
into
get
a
away from
warm
the cold
place.
anyway.
I know, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
it
Do
totally
you guys
is.
have Do you guys have fall in Michigan?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
You do.
we
Okay.
have snow now, so
Ooh,
See, there's
we
no
They have
got
winter. They
we
don't
got
have.
almost a foot of snow this week.
Listen, y'all. They had. I'm from Michigan. We had this much winter, or this
Yeah.
much fall, this
That
much
much
winter, right?
and that much winter. Yeah,
Right, right.
oh my goodness.
yeah.
But you know, one of the things that what I saw was in the fall, with the leaves had fallen and the leaves.
It's like
I mean,
it's not. It's
it
like
was
Disney
beautiful.
World movie.
Really?
It's like a
breathtaking.
Pixar Avatar movie.
Yeah,
When we were
I was like,
building-
wow.
We were building and it was fall. I would just stop and just have to
Yeah.
take in like how beautiful it was. I was just like,
Because
this
we don't
is
have a fall
insane.
in. There's no fall in California. So when we
Oh.
moved back down here and we seen that fall, we were like, oh my god.
Were you originally from California?
Well, we lived in California 14 years.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Got it. So
Well, it's beautiful in Michigan, so maybe consider
Okay.
like Lake Michigan is amazing.
Okay.
Mhm.
yeah,
A lake.
Right.
You said lake ears are open.
Lake
Lake
Michigan is
Love
like the ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, Michelle, it was so interesting because when I was home a couple weeks ago for the funeral, and I took like Cameron out to see the beach.
Yeah,
And you just don't realize how beautiful the beach is
It is
on Lake
beautiful.
Michigan.
Mhm.
And it's just, and houses on the sand dune. There's some properties for
sand
sale up there too.
Yeah,
Some properties on that. Okay.
there
So,
are properties. Yeah,
I'm gonna do some research.
Muskegon, Michigan.
yeah, north
Like
of
from Ben
Muskegon.
Harbor,
Yeah.
Muskegon, all the way up the
All the way
lakeshore.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's beautiful. And then you get up north, you do have those trees and stuff as well.
Mhm.
So it's beautiful. It's
It is.
We went
breathtaking.
to Chicago a
And the
couple
way
years
we
ago.
drive in it, you like driving, and it's like all of a sudden this whole ocean, this whole lake opens
It
up.
just
to you.
opens up. Mhm.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we went to Chicago like 2 years ago when I wanted to be a shrimp farmer. I had to make a shrimp farm.
Much more beautiful on the Michigan side than
It is than
Illinois
the
side.
Chicago side.
No,
Okay.
I was amazed when I went to Chicago. I was like, "Is this a lake?"
Yeah,
It's
he
like,
couldn't believe it. I was like, yes,
like
that's
you
the
see
lake.
water, unlimited water. It's like an ocean. Like this.
Yes, it's like the ocean.
Yeah.
Wow.
75 miles across from Muskegon to Milwaukee.
To Milwaukee in
75
Wisconsin.
miles.
Mhm.
75 miles across the lake.
Across Lake Michigan.
That's like a whole different playground up
It
there.
is.
Mhm.
That's cool.
Think about it.
Yeah.
Build that joker in the middle of the lake.
Hey, I might have to take you up on that, boy.
Are there
I wanna be, hey, if you do it, I want to be
There
the
are.
first guest.
Okay.
Yes.
Got it.
Hmm.
All right, listen, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. We will see you next week.
Appreciate it.
And
Thank
to
you,
the
guys.
Honey Hills couple. That's what we're calling
Yes.
them, Honey Hills.
Thank
Thank you. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you so much, and we will be in touch.
That's right.
All right, take care, everybody. Have a good night.
Have a great night.
Right.